Series. So this morning, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a class that's going to focus a lot more on increasing your flexibility and your mobility in your joints. So we're going to do a quick and efficient half-hour little stretch session here this morning, and hopefully you guys can follow along with me. And if you have any questions or concerns, just comment in the box or the link below there and let me know. So this routine that I'm going to be doing here this morning is actually a common routine that I like to do most mornings. It's nice and simple, full body stretching routine, and I like to do this to kind of just wake up my muscles and wake up my body in the morning, and you're going to feel a lot better after you do this workout, I must say. It will help increase your energy. You'll feel a lot more looser, especially after sleeping, 6 to 8 hours a night. You're often very stiff when you get up first thing in the morning. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get started without further ado, because this is just a half-hour class here this morning. And once again, for those that may be just joining, we're going to be doing a flexibility and mobility class today. So, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. So all you're going to need for this today, guys, is like the majority of the workouts that we do. You're just going to need a mat or something comfortable to kind of sit on and get you guys to follow along with me. Most of the exercises today are going to be pretty straightforward. Anything that, might have some different movements in it or things that could hurt someone's knee or lower back like that, we'll talk about modifications as we go through, of course. All right, guys, so without further ado, we're going to start in a seated position. I'm just going to scoot back a little bit more now on my mat so you guys can see me better. Make sure the volume's all the way up. Okay. There we are. Perfect. All right, guys, so we're going to start first with a nice neck stretch. So when you start off, guys, just take a nice comfortable position here, whatever is comfortable for you in a seated position. You're going to keep your back nice and upright, okay? So when we're doing any of these stretches today, I want you to concentrate on your breathing as much as possible. So nice, easy breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Today's class is going to be different from most classes where you're kind of go, 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 where the focus is a lot more on increasing your heart rate and whatnot. But today we're going to take our time. We're going to do most of our stretches for about 20 seconds or so and then move on to the next stretch and so forth. So pretty straightforward, guys. So the first one we're going to start with first is a nice neck stretch. So what I'm going to do is we'll start first. We're going to tilt my right ear to my right shoulder. Okay, so you should feel a nice stretch here along the left-hand side of your neck. Now, if you want to intensify that a little bit, you have a couple options. You can actually just apply a little bit of pressure here with your hand to your neck, and you can also extend out with this opposite arm and bring the fingertips down to the ground. Nice, easy breathing here now, guys. So we're just applying a little bit of pressure here to the side of the head. Stretching those neck muscles. Perfect. All right, now, same thing, guys, switch it off to the side. So your progression here is you can just let your ear drop towards your left shoulder. You can actually grab your head and apply a little bit of pressure. And then you can actually extend that arm out straight here and get a good stretch in the neck. Nice, easy breathing, guys. Just waking up the muscles here now, getting a good stretch. Oh, that's a good stretch. Excellent. Okay, so the next stretch that we're going to move on to now in a very similar position here, what I want you guys to do is you're going to go a little bit of a wider stance here, and you're actually going to put your feet together. Okay, so what we're focusing on here is getting a real nice stretch in the inner thigh and groin area. Okay, now this position here may be suffice enough for you to get that stretch. If you want to intensify it, you can actually lean forward a little bit and then apply pressure downward on your legs with your arms. Okay, so once again, find a position that's comfortable for you. You feel a sufficient stretch and hold it. Nice, easy breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. once again, you can lean into that more, apply pressure downward if you really want to get a good stretch in the inner thigh and groin. And relax. Excellent. Okay. Now the next one that we're going to do, we're going to once again be in an upright position here. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring our feet out here in front. Okay. You want to maintain a nice upright posture. So bring your hands back behind your back, chest out, shoulders back. Okay. So what we're going to be doing now is you're essentially going to be just letting your knees, both legs drop to one side, come back up, drop to the next side. Okay. So let those knees drop as far as you can comfortably. Don't force it. Okay. Just doing some internal and external rotation here in the hip. So we're going to do 10 reps, guys. We'll start here now. Okay. Feet nice and flat. 2, 4. Get you guys continue with that. I'm just going to change position here just so you guys can see a little more efficiently for those that are watching. Chest is out, arms are back, and just letting those knees and hips drop side to side. I'm going to do 2 more. Doing 10 reps of these, guys. Perfect. Okay, excellent. All right, so our next one now, we're going to be taking a kneeling position again. So I'll just show you 2 different options here. So we're going to start here front on. You're actually going to sit back. This is probably a better angle here. There we go. So what I want you guys to do is you're actually going to sit back your glutes towards your heels here. Now you can have your feet flat as well and kind of lean back a little bit more if it doesn't bother your foot too much. If it bothers your foot too much, just come up on your tippy toes as you see here. Okay. So we're going to lean back. All right. We're going to extend those arms out around the back, and we're going to bring your chest out and shoulders back and down. Okay. Now, in this position here now, you also get a little bit more of a stretch in the front of those quads as well. So it's nice and easy here now, guys. Chest out, shoulders back and down. This is a really, really good stretch now for the front part of your chest, the front part of your shoulders, or any of us that are, in a seated position for a long period of the day. Normally, when we're in our normal routine for work, these muscles get very, very, very tight. So this is an excellent stretch. Now, if you want to as well, going back to our first stretch, which is the neck stretch, you can add a little bit of that in as well too. Just tilting one ear to one shoulder, and back up, tilting to the next side. And perfect. And release. Excellent, guys. All right. Okay, so our next one now, what we're going to do, we're going to come down onto our mat here. Okay, so our starting position is going to be just like I am here now, with my wrists and my elbows below my shoulders. My back is nice and straight, and my hips are above my knees. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go into what's commonly called the child's pose. So I'm going to go a little bit wider with my knee placement, and I'm going to go a little bit higher up to the top of the mat. Now it's kind of form like a triangle here with your hands, and I want you to sit back and down as far as you can comfortably. Notice how I'm dropping those hips back and down towards my heels. And just relax your head and neck for me. We'll hold this position. Nice, easy breathing, guys. Relaxing, coming back up to our starting position. Now, we're going to do another stretch that's very similar to what we just did, but we're going to change our focus slightly and put more focus into a good stretch in your lats. So you're going to resume the initial position here. Now, like we just did when we did the child's pose, you see how you guys can be set back, okay? Now what we're going to do is actually keep your hips up high, okay? And you're going to bring those arms up nice and high again like you did before, and just drop your upper body. So let's see if you can see a little better here contrast-wise. Okay. All right, so you guys watch me really carefully first. So I'm keeping my hips up, And I'm actually just going to go really high off the top of the mat and drop my head down. You see how I keep my hips up in the air? I'm not sitting back and down. And it's going to put a better stretch into your lats and upper back. If you find too much pressure, just come up. Don't let yourself go down as well. Nice and easy. And down, and good stretch. Hips up on this one, guys. Nice and easy. Breathe. And relax. Good. Perfect. All right, I'm feeling a little better already. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water here. Hydration is super important, guys, especially early in the morning. First thing in the morning when I get up, what I try to do is get about 20 ounces of fresh water every morning before I have my coffee or I have anything to eat. So make sure you stay nice and hydrated, guys, especially where we're stretching out those muscles this morning. All right, so our next stretch that we're going to now, we're actually going to come down to our chest here, okay? We're going to bring those hands and thumbs close to our shoulders and our chest here, right down. So what I want you guys to assume is like a normal push-up position, for example. So what we're going to do is I'll give you a couple options, okay? We're going to lift up here and stretch that lower back, okay? Keeping those feet down. Another option is you can come down, keep your forearms against the ground and just lift up here, bringing the chin up. So you get a good stretch in those abdominals as well as that lower back. So you kind of can choose that intensity that works best for you. Stretching at that lower back. Now, what I like to do as well, too, is kind of alternate back and forth. So I'll come back down, rest the head for just a moment, come back up, stretch that lower back, and then if it's comfortable for you to go higher into the range of motion, you can go up a little bit higher here. Excellent. Good. Now, we're going to bring those hands a little closer towards our body. What I want you guys to do next is you're going to lift yourself up, okay? Hips up nice and high, and push your hips back. Lift them up high in the air. I'm going to come back down. Stretch that lower back again. And then lift the hips up. Get a good stretch in those hamstrings. Now, what you can do as well, too, from this position is you can kind of alternate back and forth, bending your knees. If you find holding that position is too difficult for the hamstrings or calves, you can alternate back and forth. Drop our hips back down again. A nice stretch in that lower back. I'm going to do a couple more each, guys. Okay, lift up, hips up high in the air. Good stretch in those hamstrings. Back down around again. That's a good stretch. And hips up. And back down. Perfect. All right. Okay. Our next one we're going to move now. We're going to come over and we're going to turn towards our back. Okay. So a lot of people have issues with their lower back, which is very, very common. So that's why I'm kind of doing a little bit more lower back just than this, so it's a little more applicable, hopefully to the majority of audience that may be watching. So we're going to lie down here, okay? Now we're going to bring one knee in, okay, and hold it in towards the chest here. So this will be a good modification if you find that holding both knees up is a little too hard on the back. Do one at a time here. Knee bent's easier. Okay, knee straight is a little bit more of a challenge. Or, so if you're doing that method, just make sure you switch sides. About 20, 30 seconds in each position. Another option, bring your knees in towards you here. Okay, you're actually going to chin poke a little bit. Bring those knees in nice and close. Hug them in towards your chest. Nice, easy breathing, guys. Stretch it. Hug those knees right in towards you. and relax. Perfect. Okay. Now, next one we're going to do, we're going to focus a little bit more on our glutes. So we're going to take our right leg, so we're all consistent here. Cross your right leg over your left. Now, this position here, depending on how flexible you are or how tight your glutes are, this may be enough here. So you can just hold this position, and you can push out on this outer leg here slightly and get a good stretch in those glutes. For those that may need a little bit more of a challenge or a deeper stretch, you lift your supporting leg towards you, grab just behind the knee, and bring it in closer to you. So see how I'm kind of got my head up nice and high here? I'm kind of chin poke a little bit. Let's relax the head and neck, guys, and hold that position. Nice, easy breathing, guys. And relax. Okay, let's switch over to the opposite side. Cross one leg over. Once again, if this position here is enough, you can just push it on the knee a little bit, and that may be a deep enough stretch for you. If not, take your supporting leg, follow through with your hands, bring it towards you more, rest that head and neck. Nice, easy breathing, guys. And relax. Perfect. Okay, let's take a little second now, guys. Get some water if you need to. And we're almost done. So like I said, just nice, quick, and efficient. Is not anything that's supposed to be too over the top this morning. Just kind of wake up the body, wake up your muscles a little bit, get a good stretch, increase that flexibility and mobility, okay? So this is not a type of class where you're going to get your heart rate real high or anything like that. It's just a nice class to kind of essentially substitute in between any type of current programming or classes you may be following right now. Okay, so actually I want to do one more now. We're going to do what's called the Spider-Mans. The name really isn't important, and lots of different people may have different names on these exercises, but you guys just follow along as you've been doing before, and we're going to go into what's called the Spider-Man stretch here now. So it's a really, really good stretch for the hip flexors here and increasing that hip mobility as well too. So what we're going to do, we're going to start here. Okay, and I want you guys to start almost like in a push-up position. So we're going to go legs extended nice and straight. Okay, now we're going to keep this consistent. Let's start with your right leg. Okay, you're going to bring your right leg up to your right arm as far as you can comfortably. Okay, now my opposite leg here, see how my knee is above the ground? You can actually rest that down if you find that would be a little bit easier than having your knee up above the ground like this. You just kind of choose that intensity that works. So now, once we're in this position right here now, what I want you guys to do is take your right arm, extend it up towards the ceiling the best that you can, follow your hand, come back down, step out, and let's repeat that one more time. Okay, so right leg to right arm, rotate through, back down, step out. Okay, let's do 3 more, guys. We're going to do 5 per side. Core nice and tight in that plank position. Perfect. Okay. Switching over to the other side when you guys are ready. Assuming that push-up position. Left leg, left arm. Rotate through. We're tight. Two more, guys. And up. Ooh, that's a good stretch, isn't it? Excellent, guys. So we got through everything this morning. Nice, quick, and easy. About a 25-minute to 30-minute circuit to increase your overall flexibility and mobility. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions you guys have, just comment in the in the link or the box below there. And yeah, feedback's important. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this class. This is a good class to get in at least once weekly if possible. So yeah, we'll hope you guys enjoyed that, and everyone's staying safe. And we'll see you guys soon.